Good afternoon, everyone. Today, we're going to continue our discussion on the use of some packages to load data, to gather data, to get data from sources. So our focus will be more on the use of secondary data. Okay, secondary data is a type of data that's already available in whatever database on whatever source. The opposite or the other type of data which we can use is primary data, a data that we have to gather ourselves through the use of questionnaires, through the use of surveys. So that's primary data. In our case, we're going to make use of secondary data. Okay, so last time we learned how to make use of a very powerful package called the Quantmod package. Quantmod has several functionalities that come with it. It's a really an important tool for investors, for finance students, for those who are learning how to, let's say, study or track different stocks and create portfolios. Quantmod and another package which we're going to look and use also is performance analytics. May I know, did we load performance analytics last time, class? Did we? If not, class, could you kindly do that? So let's go to packages and then just choose install here. And then it's performance analytics. Performance there. So kindly load this if you haven't loaded it. Performance analytics. Or you can make use of the Pacman package. You can use the pload. So you install first or load first Pacman, and then you do the p_load and then performance analytics. Okay, if you haven't done that. May I have, class, your confirmation if we have loaded this before? Install this package, performance analytics. Have we, class?
No, sir.
Oh, okay. So if not, class, kindly load it. I'll give you a few seconds to load it. And then depending on where you're loading it, you can, if you use install that packages, then you can just include here also library, performance analytics. It depends on our pace, we may not necessarily use that today, but definitely this coming next on Tuesday, we will definitely make use of that. Okay, so let me also load, sorry, I should have loaded the other packages also. Let me load Quantmod, technical trading, loading required package, TTR, okay. All right. Okay, so quick review, class. We learned that we can use Quantmod using the function get symbols to load or to download Apple, any asset. It can be Apple that's listed in the either NASDAQ or in the New York Stock Exchange, okay, and even in foreign countries. And we said that before the source, the main source was Google, but now if you use Google, it will generate an error term because we can no longer get stock prices from Google. So the default is Yahoo. So you can name it source Yahoo, or if you don't write this, okay, if you don't, let me see. Let me just put here Apple. And then I just commented out source is equal to Yahoo. Okay, even if you don't put source is equal to Yahoo, the default is that that Quantmod through the get symbols function will download from Yahoo. Okay, so we did this last time. Let me clear this first. Let me clear all the objects here. There. Okay, you don't have to do that, class. Okay. So that way you're able to, and let me just clean this up. Okay, so you can download several stocks at the same time. Okay, I'm not sure if we did this, but if not, kindly insert this also. So let's try to get Google, Microsoft, and Tesla at the same time. Is it possible to do that? Yes, we said that you can do that by using the concatenate or combine. So same function, get symbols, and then combine Google, Microsoft, Tesla. Okay, attendance mamaya na lang, please. All right. So did we do this last time, class? Did we try to download several stocks in one code, in one get symbols function? Did we do that, class, last time? Okay, right. If we did that, so that's okay. So let me just do this here. Okay, and I'm getting here. You notice what I'm getting is Google, Microsoft, and Tesla, and it will be reflected here in our data. So we have Google, Microsoft, and Tesla. And if I click this class, which is equivalent to the view function, so it will give us, as we already know, we have here 6 columns containing the open, high, low, close. This is the OHLC data, plus the volume and the adjusted prices. Okay, thank you. All right, then we said that the default start will be on 2007, 01, 03. Okay, for Google at least. For Tesla, the default, it will start on, okay, 2010, because this is the day of the listing, public listing of Tesla, while Google Plus, 2007, it was already listed prior to 2007. The 2007 we mentioned last time is a default date for stocks that have been listed prior to 2007. So it will always start with 2007. Is it possible to get data prior to 2007? Yes, but we will have to define using the from and the to. Okay. Now let's if I, for example, if I do from here is equal to 2000, then 0101, and then 2 is equal to 2020, 2023, 12, let's say up to only December 12, 30, 31. All right. So what happens when I do this, when I include the from January 1, 2000, the first trading day of 2000. Although I'm not sure if it's January 1, it will adjust, class. If the first trading day is January 2, then it will reflect. It will only load up from January 2. Okay, if I run this class, so I define the start at year 20 at 2000. So now you can see here, if I open Google, all right, it only gives us 2004 because 2004 is the date when Google was publicly listed. Okay, how about Microsoft? Okay, we can see here, class, Microsoft from 2000, 01, 03, right? Okay, so which means that Microsoft most probably was listed even before the first trading day of 2000. For Tesla, it will still be the same. 2010, 6/29. Okay. All right. Clear so far, class? May I have your comment, please, if those are clear so far? So this is, thank you, Gab. This is actually in preparation for the next topics, which is, for example, time series and portfolio optimization. Okay, good. Thank you. Let me just close this. All right. So we're still learning to navigate through the Quantmod package. Okay, we learned this last time. I will not run this. We can download data from Fred. Okay, I showed you the importance of Fred. It's a very, uh, it contains a big database, 800,000 plus databases coming from more than 140 sources. So a lot can be downloaded from from this source. We learned last time, for example, to load GDP. So let me just load this. So for data, that's not stock related. This is GDP. This is macroeconomic data. If I print this here, so it starts with the first data that's stored in Fred, January 1, 1947, and you notice that the GDP is it has a quarterly recording since 1947. If you take a look at the last recording, so it still maintained its quarterly data, 2023 0101, 0401, 0701, and 1001. So it does not have yet the 2024 January because we still haven't finished the 3 months here. Okay. All right. So you notice that this data that we loaded using get symbols are now part of the data that's available to us. So we can do, let's say, computations. If you want to get the average, minimum value, maximum value, you can do it now because it's already available for use. Okay. Then last time also we said that we can get from Fred also. This is the Japan US dollar exchange rate. Okay, and at the same time you can get the unemployment rate. So in this case, I'm using the get symbols, concatenate the Japan US exchange rate and the unemployment rate. Source is equal to Fred. Now it's important that you identify the source because you cannot get this data from Yahoo Finance. Okay, so let me run this. And you can see here the object that was loaded, the exchange rate, Japan, the Japan US exchange rate and the unemployment rate. So it can be found here. This one and unemployment rate. You can see here the difference. This starts with 1971 and this starts with 1948. Okay, so if I print this, okay, so here you can see its daily data, 13,840 entries from 1971 up to the latest. Okay. Now, you can see that this is not, Fred has not uploaded or updated their data because it's already 126. Perhaps they're updating their data on a weekly basis because this is only up to January 1, 2019. Okay, and then the other one is GDP, right? So there, this is also, no, sorry, not GDP, but I think it's the unrate here. So this is a monthly unemployment rate in the US context. Okay. All right. So let me just close this. I don't want to have several sheets there opened. All right. So there are other sources that we can use to load data. For example, there's this site called Wanda. You may wish to let's go to the internet. Okay, and let's Google this Wanda. Wanda, it's a foreign exchange corporation here. So it deals with foreign exchange, and then you can also get information, you can get data from Wanda. However, there are certain limitations of getting data from Wanda. So for example, let's run this class, get symbols, British pound and Canadian dollars, and source is Wanda. Let's see if we're able to get the exchange rate for GBP, sterling, and Canadian dollars. Let's see. If I run this, okay. So we have here GBP, CAD. It's also an XTS object. However, you can see that you can see the limitation here. So this is from 2023, July 31, up to 2024, yesterday, January 25. But it's limited. Okay, so let's, so we have here GBP, CAD. If I run this, okay, here. So there are 179 entries. So it only gave us 179 rows of observation from July 31, it's a daily data, up to January 25. Does this mean that there is no data available prior to July 31? No, it only means that Wanda only provides free, quote unquote, access to this exchange rate only for around 180 days or around 3 months only. Okay, 179 entries. So it's limited. If you want to get the prior dates, then you may subscribe to Wanda, and you'll get data if you're registered with Wanda. But I just wanted to illustrate this. If we try to change, okay, let's see. If we try to do this, let's try to include from. Okay, so this first. Another way to get this, by the way, is to first create an object. Okay, so kindly copy this. I'm not going to share it with you. I want you to be the one as a practice to copy this. So in this case, in this instance, we're creating an object called currency pair. So there are codes here. So if I run this, this will generate an object. Okay. So let's run this. And if we look at our environment, all right. So do we now have here the currency pair class? Did it reflect in your environment? And did it fall under data class? Where did it fall under? Could you kindly chat, please? Did you run currency pair? Put it in quotes. So did it generate an output? What type of output was generated? Okay, thank you, Nathan. Yes, it generated it was printed here, class, but it's under values. Now, may I know, class, what's the difference between data and values? Can anyone answer that, please? Any volunteer? Yes? Yes, go ahead. Who's this?
So for
Eliza?
Eliza po.
Okay.
So for values, it's an assigned option.
Okay. Unassigned option. Okay.
Yes po, sir. And data shows the specific range of stock prices.
Okay. All right. So thank you, Eliza. That's correct. However, we should expand it a bit. For data class, this will involve, okay, this will be what data structure will be placed here?
Extended time series, sir.
Yeah, well, that's one of them. No? That's one of them. It can be an extended time series or a time series itself. What else, class? What else? What will be placed under data? Okay, so what will be placed under data are objects like lists. Okay, lists which are different from data frames or different from vectors. So it can be lists, it can be matrices, it can be arrays, it can be XTS, it can be data frames class. Okay. However, for values, what will be reflected here will only be, okay, this will be non-data frames, okay? Non-XTS, non-matrices, non-list. This will only be what class? What will be reflected here? The values. Only, take note of this class. Do you notice this? What's this? Quotes GBP dash slash CAD. What type of data structure is this class? What's this data structure? The currency pair. Okay, let's see class. What's the structure for the name of the it's currency pair, right? What's the structure class of currency pair? Answer class, please. Did you try to run that GAD XTS? Or was that your answer a while ago? Is currency pair an XTS? I'm referring class to the name, to the object. The object is currency pair. And it's not an XTS object because it's not here in your data. Otherwise, it would have said an XTS object. So what class? Yes, okay. All right, so if I run this class, control enter, yeah, it tells us that this is a character. All right, so what does that indicate? If it's a character, then class, what is this data structure? What data structure can contain only the same type of data? Okay, let me see. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Francis. Yes, correct. It's a vector. So this class is a vector. Okay, while the others here, so that's the difference class between what will be contained in your data, in your environment, and the values. Okay, vector only for values, and data will be your either XTS, your lists, your matrix, okay, and your data frame, of course. All right, I hope that's clear, class. Now, going back here, we identify first the object currency pair, which is GBP CAD. So instead of writing here GBP CAD, we first assign the GBP CAD to a name, currency pair. And then we get symbols, currency pair, source is equal to Wanda. So I'll run this, and then, okay, what happens now? So I now have here the GBP CAD. Okay, XTS. Okay, let me distinguish this because we ran first GBP CAD a while ago. So I'll just put here. Okay, we cannot. Okay, let me first delete. If I want to delete class GBP CAD, what will be my code? My question D2C. Mike, please share your question. Share your question to the class. That's a good question.
Vector po ba mismo yung currency?
Copy mo na lang, Gab. Sorry. Para
Sige.
makita ng classmates mo yung ano. Kasi that's a very important question. Okay. Thank you, Gab. So ang question ni the question of Gab is this a vector? Okay? If Gab is referring to just this name, just the name currency pair, okay? Currency pair contains this object GBP CAD, which is just a character object, So this is a vector. Okay, it does not contain this one. Okay, it does not contain this one, right? This is the currency pair itself, the GBP, CAD, and this is an extensible time series. How do I know that it's an XTS? Because the date is indexed. Okay, otherwise, if the date was also part of the column, for example, we have another column here, date, and then this column was placed here, and then you have the GBPCAD here also, then that will now constitute a data frame. Okay, for a data frame, the index will be just the numbers 1 up to, sorry, 1 up to the chronological ordering of the observations. Okay, Gab, did that answer your question? Gab? Wait. GBPCAD, ito. Okay. Ito, yung ano yung may quotes yung GBPCAD/CAD. This is character. So, it's the element inside your vector. Your vector is currency pair, okay? The name, your vector has a name, and the name is currency pair. Actually, you can create, okay? So, for example, let me create this object, example, GDP, okay? All right. Now, notice that this is a character, GDP. However, it did not reflect here in the values kasi I didn't give it a name. If I gave this a name, let's say A, alt minus, and then GDP, okay? Notice now I have this object A, okay? And this object A contains a character, okay? So what data structure is A? It's a vector. So let me have another example. So I hope you have watched the video. B, for example, and C. So let's say I put here GNP, GDP, let's say Forex, whatever, Forex. All right, so I'm here creating an object called B, and it contains this, GNP, GDP, Forex. If I run this, it will now reflect, okay, this object B, okay? So it contains these elements, GNP, GDP, Forex, and this is a character. It contains 3 elements here, and it's a vector, okay? It's a vector. It's not a data frame, because a data frame has to contain rows and columns, okay? But if I do this, okay, as that data that frame, okay, take a look at what I'm doing here. Okay, B as that data that frame, and it contains these elements here. What will happen? All right, so you now have here B class. B is not here. B is here. It's in the data. And if I click this, okay, so it contains, we can change the name of this class, no? So it contains the name is GNP GDP Forex. That's the name of the column, and it contains GNP GDP Forex. And of course, we can change the for example, call names B, let's just call it var. So what am I doing here? We created this B and it contains GNP, GDP, Forex. But we didn't give it a name, so nag-default siya na ang column name niya CGNP. So where is this object? It's contained in the object B. And B is part of your data. And if I check class, okay, let me first change the name. Call names of B is var, control enter. And notice now the column name is changed. Okay, and the structure of B, what's the structure now of B? Control enter. It's now a data frame. Okay, as compared to the B that I created a while ago, which is just a character, which is a vector class. So nawala na yung B dito, no? I should have used B1. Okay, kamali ako para may comparison tayo ng B at saka B1. Okay, so wait, I'm already going into unit 1, no? Okay, yung question, vector yung assigned name. Yeah, we created an object, no? Ang create natin yung ito, class, no? We created this currency pair, yan, di ba? We created an object called currency pair. Tapos ang laman ng currency pair class, yung quotes GBP CAD. So what's the name of the object? The name of the object is currency pair. So what's inside that object? Yung character na GBP/CAD. Okay? What type of object is this? It's a vector class. It's a vector kasi a vector can only contain the same type of data. So ang vector class hindi pa pwedeng combination ng numbers at saka ng character. Otherwise, magiging list na yon. Ang list naman class pwedeng character, pwedeng number, pwedeng arrays. If you have watched the video class, a list can contain any type of data. It can also contain an XTS. It can also contain a data frame. So ganun ka flexible yung list. And a list will fall under, if you have a list class, dito siya papasok sa data natin. Okay. So class, I'm sorry, I have to veer away from that now kasi hindi ito yung discussion ng ano natin ng topic. This is more yung unit 1 to, no? Module 1 yung data structure. Okay, so let me go back here now. Okay, so sabi natin, we can define a name currency pair to represent GBP CAD and use get symbols class currency pair. Instead of using GBP CAD, we use currency pair. It will run class. It will run kasi yung currency pair refers to GBP CAD. Okay. If you try this class, then you'll have the same result as getting GBP CAD. All right. Now, ang question ko dito. Okay, so let me just shut this question so that you don't have to type it. Okay, my question is, which I already answered a while ago, how many exchange rates back in time are given? Okay, is it possible to load, let's say, 300 days? Okay, so if it's 300 days, gagawin natin, get symbols, and then currency pair from system date, i-minus natin class minus 300. So what does this mean? What does this mean, class? I-run nyo muna class sa ilalim yung systems date. Okay, para clear tayo. Ano bang, what is generated by systems date? If I run systems.date, okay, as a function, run ko to, it will give me the date today. Okay, 2024, 1/26. So what am I doing here? I'm telling R, using get symbols of the Quantmod package, what are we going to download? Currency pair from what? Systems date, which is today, minus 300. So that means back 300 days before, up to the systems date, which is up to today. And then source is equal to Wanda. All right, tell me class if you are able to download data from 300 days ago, okay, using Wanda. So I'll wait for your chat class, your answer, if we can download 300 days back in Wanda, using Wanda? Answer, please. What's your answer, class? So you know this, diba? From, diba? We learned about this last time. And from and to. So to define, kailan yung simulang what date will be downloaded first, from what date up to what date. And then we have to identify the source, because if we do not identify this, then it will default to Yahoo, and we cannot get this from Yahoo. Okay, I'm still waiting for your answer, class. Okay, I have some answers. Yeah, okay. Yeah, good. Thank you. Thank you, Francis, and thank you, Kathleen. Okay, so Kathleen and Francis gave us the answers. Hindi load si Wanda ng na more than 180 days. In fact, di ba nung tinignan natin GBP at saka this one, GBP at saka CAD, di ba? When we printed this, it tells us 179 entries lang, no? So around 180 days lang. So if I run this, same thing I'll be getting. It will give me a comment that, yan. So may limitation sa Wanda. Okay, but if we try 180 days, sino natin, class? 180 days. Minus 180 days. Will this run? Let's see. Okay, yeah. Nag-generate siya ng GBP CAD, which is here. Okay, so which means it was able to generate 180 days nga, di ba? Dito 180 days yung inano niya kasi we specified na it should be 180 days. But if you try to get more than 180 days, it will not run. All right, pause. Let me pause for a while. Okay, how's everything, class? Package for sys.date, wala, no? Ang sys.date is, tsaka Gab, it's a capital D, It comes preloaded with R, so wala siyang Capital D dapat, Gab. Hindi magra-run yan kung small d. Okay, good. Thank you. Okay, sige. So okay tayo, class, so far? Oh, yeah, you wrote a small d. So Okay. Okay. Yeah, Eliza, my question. Eliza, kindly share your question. Kindly share your question to the class. This is a very important question. Yeah, I think I posted this question a while ago, but I don't think I answered it. Okay. So if you want to remove a particular object here, class, kunyari yung unrate na to, how do we remove that object? Simple lang siya, class, no? RM lang. RM means remove. So I identify the object then, unrate. Okay, so now it's here, right? But if I remove that, control enter, all right, nawala na siya, na-remove na siya. Okay, na-remove na siya. You can remove everything here. And the shortcut is this. Just click this broom, or you can also use the RM. Okay, and I will let you explore what will be the RM function. Pwedeng RM kasi, class, no? Tapos lahat, class, ano nyo, lahat i-delete nyo. Kunyari, if I remove A, RMA lang yon, no? And enter, notice na nawala na si A. Whether it's a data or values, you can remove it. Okay, pwede rin namang C, no? Concatenate natin yung mga tatanggalin nyo that you're going to remove. But there's a function RM din class, if you want to remove everything here, which is equivalent to just cleaning your environment. Okay, cleaning the environment will mean, okay, cleaning everything. Okay, sige, i-clean ko to Ako na lang, no? Are you sure you want to remove? Yes, yes. Okay, na-remove na dito, di ba? Okay, now, I was expecting it to run here, yung code na yun. Hindi siya nag-run dito. No? So, hindi siya nag-run dito sa ano. I was expecting the cleaning here would automatically transform into the code, but it didn't run. So anyway, so that still leaves you with the quote unquote with the fact that you need to explore ano kaya yung ano no? Ano kaya yung code kung i-delete ko lahat. Okay, so let's continue class. Okay, this one same example lang to no? Canadian, Chinese yen and Philippine peso. Wait. So malito class no? Ang Canadian dollar, sorry. Malito, no? Sorry for this. Anyway, you're going to write this. This is Chinese yen. Chinese, yeah, not yen, yuan, no? Sorry. Chinese yuan and PHP, Philippine peso. Exchange rate. Okay, so I'm creating this object currency pair 1, which is defined by CNY, Chinese yuan with Philippine peso. So same thing, class. Okay. Ito. Chinese yuan and Philippine peso exchange rate. All right, so I'm running this first, currency pair, and I know that this will be its values, which means that it is a vector class. Vector lang yan, no? Pero pag nag-get symbols na ako class, okay, magkakaroon na tayo ng data dito. There, CNYPHP. It's an XTS object. Okay, if I click this, so 179. Nag-default siya sa 179, but we can get 180, maximum 180. All right, and if I get the structure of, we know that this is an XTS object. XTS, di ba, may time zone siya, UTC. Okay. Source, Wanda. Updated POSIX city. Okay, yung POSIX format class, pwede maglagay ng time. Okay, so this is 2024 0101 1339. This is the hour, the minutes, and the seconds. Okay, so very powerful din yung POSIX na ano, POSIX city na data type. Okay. All right. So repeat lang to ng kanina, no? Pinalitan lang natin yung pair, Chinese yuan and Philippine peso. Okay, if you take a look at this, yan, 7 in 2020, 307.8, 7.6, naglalaro lang doon, 7.9. So quite a stable exchange rate. Okay, any questions so far, class? May I have your, and by the way, class, as I said, always thank you for your questions. No, thank you so much for your questions. Okay, so far clear, class. May I have your thumbs up or your feedback if our pace is okay? If there's anything you want clarified, please do not hesitate to do that now. Okay, paki-confirm nga, class, paki-feedback kung okay tayo so far. Yeah, oo. My question dito si Eliza. We will go to the names in a while. No? Yeah, here, if I change the name here, for example, I just call it CNYPHP. I can do this. I can name it CNYPHP. If I run this, So magkakaroon ako dito ng CNY PHP. Right? Okay, let me remove ko yung yung CNY PHP dito. Remove CNY PHP. So this is the object that get symbols created, this one. This XTS object. I'll remove that class, Control Enter. Okay, so nawala na siya, di ba? Nawala na yung CNY PHP na na XTS object. So I'm going now to right here, ipapa-get symbols ko siya, CNY PHP. Okay? And let's see if it will still download the same data even if I change the name, CNY PHP. Remember, name lang to, it's only a name. And it represents this one, CNY/PHP. That's the syntax needed in order to get the exchange rate between two currencies. So if I run this, there, di ba lumabas pa rin to? So the name is immaterial for as long as you're following the convention. Kasi hindi pa pwede magka-name ng, for example, this one. May space, no? Okay? Tingnan nyo, class, hindi ko pa rin na-run, error na kagad. May X na kagad siya. Kasi you cannot assign a name na may space. Dapat wala siyang space. Okay? So we have, yes, Ali, what's your question?
Sir, may question po ako. So, siya sa GBP na CAD. Can I also use it again for the CNY PHP as long as it's in a
sorry,
different chunk?
Ali, sorry, nag-ano ka na, choppy, no? Ano yung again, could you kindly repeat your question, please?
Sorry, kapag ginamit po yung currency pair for GBP CAD, can I still use it for CNY PHP as long as it's in a different chunk?
Okay, that's a good question, no? So ang sabi ni Ali, kasi may create na tayong is it still here? Na-delete ko na yata, no? Meron dito. Currency pair 1. Okay, you have this name, currency pair 1. Now, what if I use this again in another code chunk for another character or another representation, no? What will happen is that ma-overwrite yung unang currency pair 1 mo. So if I'm going to use currency pair, so let's use that, no? So currency pair kasi yun ang pangalan, di ba? O currency pair 1. Okay? And then anong gusto natin? Peso, dollar. Okay. Saan ako? Saan natin ginamit kanina yung Where did you use currency pair 1?
For GBP CAD po.
GDP? Sorry,
GBP CAD po.
GBP at saka no? Currency pair 1 yon?
Ay, sorry, hindi po.
CNY. So,
CNY
palitan ko to, gawin kong GBP CAD. Okay? Yan, no? I used again currency pair 1 and then I'm going to use it to represent GBP CAD. Okay, ngayon yung currency pair 1 natin CNY PHP. Okay, so if I load this, ano nangyari sa currency pair 1? In-overwrite na niya yung CNY PHP. Look here. Diba? Wala na. Wala nang currency pair 1 kanina, no? Yung currency pair 1 kanina is only as good as it's not overwritten. But since I'm using the same name, currency pair 1, to represent another character here, then okay, sasabihin ni R, sige, gagamitin ko yan. Pero i-overwrite ko na yung previous na currency pair 1. Okay? Ali, did that answer your question?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, sige. Thank you. Again, class, thank you. I really appreciate your questions. Sige, so let's go here. All right. So ito yung sinasabi ko, no? Now, kanina get symbols lang tayo, no? Get symbols lang tayo. Now, let's see if let's load this is S&P 500. This is an exchange traded fund, ETF to, that represents, that follows, that mimics S&P 500. So let's use get symbols again. Okay, so walang problema dito sa source Yahoo. And then let's give it a name. Ang name na ibibigay natin is small SPY. So can you tell me now what happened? What happened here, class? So i-copy ko na lang yung ano lang, yung question lang in the interest of time. But I will not I will not copy the code. You write it yourself. Sige, class. Comment nga, did it run? I'm now using a name to represent yung SPY, which is an exchange traded fund. Okay. So what happened, class? Okay, so i-run ko siya. All right. Now take a look, class. Nag-create ba siya ng SPY na object? Gab, nag-create siya? Yes, okay. However, ano yung name ng object na create natin? What's the name, Gab, of the object? SPY ba? Okay, let's ask the others. How about the others, class? Did this run? And did it create the object SPY? May I have your comments, please? What happened, class? What do you see in your environment? Okay. All right. SPY is the name of the object. What object? What object, class? Ano yung SPY na object? What do you notice? Wala kayo na-notice, class? Okay. Ilang SPY ang lumabas? Ilang SPY ang lumabas, class? Dalawa. Okay, thank you, Angelo. One sa data, thank you, Gab, and another one sa values, no? Okay, bakit naging dalawa? One sa data, you're correct. Sabi ni Angelo, dalawa. Sino pa nagsabi ng dalawa? Okay, si Gab din. One under values. Okay. Now, why do you have this, class? Meron dito, tas meron pa dito. Why? Okay.
So,
Yes. Yes.
other one is get symbols, which is yung dinownload na data.
Okay. And the other one is? What's the other one?
Load na data from yung get symbols. Tapos yung value is yung assigned object.
Okay. All right. Sige. So, yeah, that's correct. Pero ganito, no? Okay. Now, what you have here is this object SPY, which is an XTS object. Capital SPY, di ba? All caps. Ito yon, no? But we have this other one, SPY. And it's this one. So apparently what happened is that nag-get symbols, nag-create siya ng object, no? Na SPY. capital SPY, which is an XTS object. Tapos yung SPY object na yan, inassign natin kay spy na small SPY. So SPY is a vector lang, di ba? It's a character vector consisting of one element, yung SPY na spelling, na character, SPY. While on the other hand, the capital SPY is an XTS object. So this is what we want? No, this is not what I want actually. What I want is that yung spy na class, yung spy na data, yung XTS object, gusto kong bigyan siya ng pangalan na small SPY. So apparently, hindi mali yung ginawa ko. Okay? Gusto ko yung small SPY, andi dito sa data. Tapos yung capital SPY na yan, wala na yan. Okay? And I don't want this. I'm not creating an SPY, small SPY, as a vector. Hindi yan ang gusto ko. Kasi mas gusto ko na yung data ko, small letters lang. Okay, so that was what I wanted to show you. So how do we address that? Okay, now if you take a look at the syntax of get symbols, no? Okay. So let me share this with you. Itong notes na to para makopy nyo na lang. No? Control C. All right, and then chat ko please. Kindly copy it. Okay, there. All right. Now, as I said, I want to give a name to the object. It doesn't matter what name. I can name it as ABC, A, okay? But it will not work if we do it this way. Now, kasi class, okay, sa get symbols, meron tayong ang default niyan, may auto.assign yan. And since we did not run that auto.assign, okay, yung auto.assign niya, the default is equal to true yun, no? Always pag may default tapos hindi natin sinusulat, equal to true yun. Okay? So let me illustrate this. Let me first remove let me see kung so I'm removing the XTS object spy and si vector na spy. Okay? So si XTS object na spy at saka si vector na spy. Okay, if I run this, nag-error siya. Okay. Alright, sige. So ano na lang? Isa-isa na lang. Remove spy. Okay, so this is the XTS object. So na-remove na siya, no? Tapos i-remove ko rin ayaw niya tanggapin yung yung sabay. Wait. Sorry mali yata ako. Dapat okay, there. Sorry. I made a mistake here. Ginawa ko siyang dapat wala to, no? Okay, apologies for that. So, wala na tayong spy, capital SPY at saka small SPY. Okay, again, my goal is to create an object na small SPY tapos ang laman niya yung XTS object. Okay? So let me go here. So take a look at this class. So spy, same thing, get symbol, spy, source is equal to Yahoo. And then I have to put here auto.assign is equal to false. So what I'm telling R is that do not give automatically the name of capital SPY to the spy data. So ito yon class, auto.assign is equal to false, which means that ang ibibigay na ng name yung SPY, yung small SPY. Okay? Sige class, kindly try this. Isama natin yung auto.assign is equal to false. So that's how we can name our object as small SPY. And please comment if you were able to generate a data class under data, which is SPY, small SPY, which is an XTS object. I'll wait for you, class. I'll wait for your comments. Yes or no? Okay, good. Good. How about the others? Thank you, Gab. Okay, good. Good. All right. So alam na natin yan, class, ha? Well, personal ko lang naman preference na when I give names to objects, I don't want it to be all caps. So, kasi parang sumisigaw na ano eh. I would rather use names of objects that are small letters lang. So if I run this, personal preference ko lang naman yan. You don't have to. Nothing wrong, class, with not putting auto.assign here is equal to false. Again, if you don't put this, class, if you don't put this, ang default niya, auto.assign is equal to true, which means when we create this object, when we download it from Yahoo, tapos ang ngayong class hindi pa pwedeng small letters to, yung small SPY, error yon, class, kasi ang mga ticker symbols, capital letters yon. Okay, I hope you got that. Okay, ganun din to, class, no? Ganun din to, environment is equal to null. So same auto.assign is equal to false and environment is equal to null. Okay, so can you kindly do this, class? Try to download J&J, Johnson & Johnson's source Yahoo, give it a name small J&J, and see if we use and environment is equal to null, will generate the same thing. Okay, feedback again, please. Your feedback, please. Okay, good. Good. Thank you, Kathleen. The others? How about the others? Tatlo pa lang yung nag-respond. Okay, good. All right. Salamat, ha? Salamat, class. Thank you for the feedback. I appreciate that. All right. So, okay. So just some brief things about dates. Kasi gagamitin natin to, no? So, sige, ito i-copy ko na lang for you to copy paste. Okay, what type of data is this? So I'm creating this object X, and then it's 2022-01-01, and then 12. This is the year. Okay, this is the month, the day. This is the hours, minutes, seconds. So first, let's create this object X, and then if we run this, iba, anong klase ba siya? So, okay, value lang yan, sorry, value kasi vector lang ang class. It's just a character kasi yung quotes dyan signify that it's a character. All right, now what if I want to convert this into a gawin natin 2024, anong date ba ngayon? January 26. Palitan natin to. And then anong time na ba? 14:01. Kahit 14:01 na lang. Maglagay na tayo seconds. 30 seconds. All right, if I run this, class, then ito na yung X natin, ano? Yan na. Yan na X natin. Okay, what type of object is this? If you get this class ni X. So, it's just a character. Pati yung structure, class, structure ni X. Okay. Character siya na ang laman niya is this one. Yan. 2024-01, etc. So it's just a character. It's a vector class. It's not a data frame. It's not a list. Okay. Now, what if I want to convert this X into a date talaga, no? A time series. So we can use this, the as.POSIX-CT of X. So I told you a while ago about this type of object, POSIX-CT. Okay, so if I run this, so what happened now to my X? Okay, si X, ano nangyari class? It's a value, kaso hindi na siya take a look at this. No? Wala na siyang quotes. Okay, wala na siyang quotes. So if I now check class ni X now, POSIX na siya. No? Structure niya, structure ni X. Okay, POSIX, and then ang format niya, year, month, day, hours, minutes, seconds. No? So it's a POSIX object. And if we want to check the systems, the time zone natin, okay, so ang systems time zone natin Asia, Singapore, +8 tayo. No? Pareho tayo ng time zone ni Singapore. All right, now may ano ako dito, may a few notes. I'll just share this with you. Okay, so yung POSIX class, nakalimutan ko yung ibig sabihin ng POSIX. No? Okay, anyway, sige, check natin para sure tayo. Meaning POSIX-CT. CT alam ko Central Time. Okay. Hindi nakalagay yung Sorry, hindi nakalagay yung POSIX-CT. Okay. Hindi niya linagay class yung meaning ng acronym. Ang alam ko yung CT is Central Time or conventional time, sorry, not Central Time, conventional time. So I forgot the meaning of POSIX. No? So anyway, I'll let you just find that out for yourself. So yung POSIX class na object, it will store date and time. Yung date, di ba? Yung kanina, this is the date. Dito. Yung December. Yan. January 26, 2024 and the time. Okay? Tapos dito nga linagay yung plus 0.8 when we got the when we converted X as from a character to a POSIX. All right, so maybe you'd like to look at this as a good reference. Okay, share ko na lang sa inyo to for those of you who would want to also look at this to reinforce your understanding of the POSIX-CT. All right. Okay, so let's now do this class. We're now going to use Quantmod to plot our time series. So let me share this with you. Control C, yung notes lang. Okay, so what do we want to do here? We want to download Apple stock prices from this January 1, 2015 to December 31, 2021. Let's make this 2023. From Yahoo Finance using Quantmod. Of course, you know this. So let's just create a small, okay. So this is the code. I'm sure you know this already. Get symbols, and then we identify the ticker symbol. Source is equal to Yahoo. Of course, we can, it's okay not to write this. No, not needed actually, because that's the default. From 2015-11 to 2023, 1231. And then we have to write this one class. Auto.assign is equal to false or environment is equal to null. Okay, and we were creating this object, AAPL, that will represent now the XTS object. Okay, so hindi niya gagamitin si capital AAPL. It will make use of the small AAPL to create the object. All right, kindly please chat yes if you're done with it. I hope you can do this faster, please, so that we're able to cover a few more lines of code. Let me share some questions here. All right, so waiting for your response, class, if you were able to already download the Apple object. Any feedback, please? All right, I hope you were able to get this, class. If I run this, I'm going to generate an XTS object here. So it's in my data. It's an XTS object, and it's 2015-01-02. So it did not load 01-01 because there was no trading on January 1. There was trading on January 2, 2015, and there was no trading on December 31. It was only up to December 29. All right, so that's our XTS object, and you know this is OHLC, and then with the here, open, high, low, close, volume, and then adjusted. Okay, all right, so let's answer some of these questions here. Question number 1, what type of object is a apple? We know very much, but it's an XTS object here. And then let's see. Display the first rows and the last 6 rows. How do we do that, class? What will be the function for that? I already placed the answer here. Display the first rows and the last 6 rows. Or maybe I should have placed here the first 10 rows, the first 10 rows, and the last, let's say 5 rows. So we know this, we have discussed this already. To display the first X rows, we have to use the head function, and the X last rows will be the tail function. All right, so I'll not run that anymore. I think that's self-explanatory. Okay, so now we will have to, let's plot, class. Let's plot. Let me copy this. Okay, let's plot the, this should be AAPL. Sorry, because we use a small letter. Okay, then I will have to also adjust this, replace this with AAPL. R will not recognize this because we don't have AAPL. we don't have any object called big AAPL unless you run it that way already a while ago. So let me just check. What are the variables here? So the default is AAPL, capital AAPL dot open, capital AAPL dot high, etc. So these are the names of your columns. Okay, and let's first plot. Let's use this plot AAPL. If I run this class, then it will yield a regular plot of your Apple prices there. Okay, you can see here the volatile movement of the prices of Apple. Take note that these are prices. And in finance, what's more important are not really the prices, but the returns, which we're going to discuss next meeting. We will learn how to compute for the returns of a single asset, the returns of a portfolio of assets. We're going to look at the different types of returns, the discrete returns and the continuous returns. And we're going to also look at how to convert your week prices, daily prices, because these are daily prices. If you want weekly prices, we can do that. If you want monthly prices, quarterly prices, or yearly prices, that can be easily done in Quantmod. And then, as I said, we will compute for the returns. Okay. So if we only want to plot the adjusted, okay, the adjusted, so plot AAPL, and then once again, class, as discussed, we have to. Okay, if I, for example, if I type AAPL, what happens, class? And then dollar. So it has an IntelliSense. Okay, let me repeat that. So plot AAPL, and then I want R to plot the adjusted price. So I put the dollar sign there, and then you take note here, these are the elements, or these are the variables that can be found in AAPL. I just want arrow down, AAPL, and then tab there, close. So what will be plotted is the adjusted price only. Plot that there. Okay, so this is the adjusted price. A while ago, the plot looks very, very, there seems to be many data there because it plotted the all the prices. Okay. And then here, we're just using the ordinary plot, but we can make use of the chart series. Okay, chart series. And then let's see. Again, AAPL dollar. Put the dollar there. And let's also plot the adjusted later on. Let's just plot the AAPL first. Chart series Apple. Let's see what happens, class. And you can see here, class. Okay, the big difference between just the plot. Okay, let me do this. Let's compare this one and dollar. Okay, what am I doing, class? Here, I'm just plotting AAPL using the traditional way to plot it versus the Quantmod way, where you have the chart series. So I highlight both these two. Control Enter. So I have two plots here. This is the Quantmod way. You notice that it has a separate plot for the volume. Okay, and we'll be discussing next time what's really happening to this plot. Okay, it's already time. May I have just 2 minutes, class? But if you need to leave, you may do so. So let me just finish this. And this one is the ordinary plot. Okay, so you can see the difference between the Quantmod plot and the ordinary plot. So let's compare this time. The Quantmod plot and the ordinary plot for the adjusted price. Control Enter. All right. Okay, so you can see the difference between these plots. So the Quantmod has a powerful way of plotting. All right, so let me just end with this one, with these last two codes here. So I'm creating this object Tesla, small a, again, get symbols from, so I'm just using 2021 November 30 to 2021. So this is just 1 month. Okay, this is just a 1 month, 1 month period. November 30. Let's make it 2023. 2023, November 30, up to November 30, December 31. All right. So Tesla, I'll just remove the one there. Okay. If I run this class, first I'll run this. Okay. And I will not anymore view it. I'll just run the chart series function from Quantmod, Tesla. And then you can see here, class, the plot. So you have the volume here, and you have the plot here. And you'll notice, class, that I hope this is familiar to you. This is the OHLC. Okay, the green here signifies that there was an increase in the price intraday. Okay, the orange here signifies that there was a drop in the price. So you can see here the wick. This is a candlestick, class. Okay, I know you have discussed that in your previous subject. So the chart series of Quantmod gives us the candlestick, which is a very informative way of plotting your time series, which you will not find in your plot function. All right, so let me end there, class. Thank you for your patience. Okay, let me stop recording. Okay, so next meeting, we're going to continue this on Tuesday. Please bring your RMD files. Okay, sige. Attendance, class, sinong papacheck? Thank you, class. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your patience. Attendance, thank you, and have a good day ahead, class.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, Camelio po,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Sinong papacheck ang attendance?
Camelio, sir.
Camelio. Okay.
Sir, question po.
Ayun.
Yes.
Thank you po, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Tomorrow po, di ba, mag-arrange ka po ng
Oo,
class?
yeah, sorry, hindi ako makakaano kasi meron pala kaming meeting sa umaga. So it will be next Saturday na. No?
Okay po, sir. Thank
Okay,
you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Sir Adrias po.
Adrias. Okay.
Thank you po.
Meron pa, class? Okay.